You have the floor.
Thank you. I'd like to just take a moment, and if you all could close your eyes and visualize a beautiful beach somewhere where you've either been or somewhere where you'd like to visit. Now, as you're laying there in the sun, you want to take a dip in the ocean. It starts to get warm. So as you plunge into the ocean, you might expect to see marine life such as fish, turtles, whales, dolphins, depending on where you're at. What you might not expect to see, though, is floating plastic bottle surrounding you, or maybe a plastic bag. Now open your eyes. Is that really the image that you want to see and remember of your favorite beach that you visit? Every day, Americans use these types of products, plastic bottles, plastic bags. And I've seen firsthand of how they can pollute our precious water supply and also our beaches and oceans. Lauren Isley once said, if there's magic on the planet, it's contained in the water. Well, if that's true, our magic sure is fading by the amount of plastic pollution in our oceans. Every day, Americans choose to use plastic, whether it's plastic bottles or plastic bags, for one simple reason: it's convenient. Our water supply, our oceans, rivers, lakes, and streams, they are being polluted and overrun with this plastic that we consume every day. And I don't think we're really thinking about how harmful it is to our environment and to our water supply and what kind of damage it's causing. According to the National Geographic, Americans consume 29 billion bottles of plastic every year. We purchase these bottles and we use them. And when you think about it, when you're on the go, you're either on the way to work, to school, it's easy just to stop into a store and get a plastic bottle full of water. So as you crack open that bottle, tilt your head back, instantly refreshed by this cool water. But are you really thinking about the true cost of what that plastic bottle is? Now, once that bottle is empty, what do you do with it? Now, if you're on the go, you might easily just toss it into a trash bin if there's not a recycling bin around, rather than lug it around with you, because then it just becomes trash and you have your hands full. And so as you have these plastic bottles and you have nowhere to dispose of them, that becomes a problem. That's our problem. According to Green Cup Challenge, only 1 in 4 plastic bottles are recycled. So that roughly leaves 7 billion plastic bottles that are being recycled properly, which leaves 22 billion bottles that are either in our landfills or end back up in our water supply. Another commonly and conveniently used item is plastic bags. As you go into the grocery store, what do you see? Checker stands filled of plastic bags. We often choose plastic bags, maybe over paper bags, because those paper bags, once you fill them up, there goes the bottom, and there goes your groceries. So if we choose to maybe look at alternatives such as a reusable tote or bag, that can help. According to the EPA, 380 billion plastic bags are used by Americans. And what do we do with those bags? When you get home from the grocery store, what do you do with them? Do you store them and reuse them maybe at the house for upcycling and other things? But according to the City of Denver's website, plastic bags are not recyclable in their program, and that's a problem. So what do you do with these bags? They're being consumed every day by households, and there's a limited amount of bags that are actually being recycled. And the reason for that is there are limited sites where you can take these. Sites such as Walmart or Albertsons, Target, and I believe Lowe's, they have a program where they're collecting these plastic bags. So we're being limited by our own city, the City of Denver, on what we can do with these plastic bags and how we can prevent further pollution getting into our environment. So where does this leave us? The solution is simple. If you want to buy a pitcher that has a filtration system on it, such as a Brita, you can do that. Keep it in your household, because sometimes people don't like the taste of tap water, so that's why they choose bottled water. If you choose to do that, you can also use a reusable bottle. Put the water in there. The awesome thing about the campus here is if you go to the fountains, they have if you use a reusable bottle, they have a little message for you. It keeps a number count and it tells you how many plastic bottles you saved by using your reusable bottle to fill up your water. I think that's awesome that we're here on campus encouraged to use reusable bottles. And in terms of using reusable bags, just get a tote. And you don't have to go out and buy one because I'm sure you might have a tote at home or even a backpack. Some other means that instead of choosing plastic when the checker asks you plastic or paper, you can just say neither. I brought my own bag. And so the good news is that we as a society, we have the power. We have the power because it's a choice. You can choose to use a plastic bottle if you like, but if you do, recycle it. Because if you don't, it's going to take 450 years for that one bottle to decompose. Thank you for your time.